Hey, everybody! How you doing? This is Sundays at 6. I am your humble host, Dane. I hope everybody's doing good. Happy Halloween as of yesterday. Um, I hope you guys had a fun night and didn't didn't get too candy drunk. Um, I I remember the days back when I was younger, trying to I'd try and be smart with it and like hide certain amounts of candy so that my parents didn't know how much I really had, and so then I could sneak some, but it never worked. They always wanted to make sure there wasn't razor blades and such, which heavens to Betsy. Anyways, I'm gonna start things off with a couple tunes. You may know them. They might be songs you're actually familiar with. This first song is called Nothing. Let's sit and talk it out. I can't believe we've wasted so much time. So much time. So much to think about. But all we ever seem to do is fight. This can't be right. The end is near. And I'll swear one of these days I'll walk away, and then you'll see that you are nothing, nothing without me. One of these days I'll walk away, and you'll find out you are nothing, nothing without me. You look so good tonight. Why can't we ever seem to get this right? Get this right. You've gone and wound me up so tight. I hope that this lasts for one more night. One more night. The end is near. And I'll swear, yeah, one of these days I'll walk away, and then you'll see you are nothing, nothing without me. One of these days I'll walk away, and you'll find out you are nothing, nothing without me. Yeah. You think you got me figured out, but you are all so wrong. You're all so wrong. One of these days I'll walk away, and then you'll see you are nothing, nothing without me. One of these days I'll walk away, and you'll find out you are nothing, nothing without me. Yeah. Thank you very much. I hope everybody's doing good. I'm gonna check the comments in a minute, but I'm gonna play another tune while I've got the the steam rolling, as they say. Um, this one you guys will know. Well, hopefully it's been a while since we released this one. I think this was part of the three that we first put out, and I think I'm guessing at this point, but I think it was not this past May, but the May before. Um, May the 4th be with us. But yeah, the song's called "Bottom of the Bottle." I tried to play this straight. I tried to do this over. Too little or too late. Each day is one step closer. Seems that everything's pulling me at the seams. Just don't get too close to me. 'Cause every time I fall apart, hit the bottom of the bottle. And even though I try so hard, I keep reaching for the bottom. Tell me that I won't survive, unless I fight. No, you're right. Every time I fall apart, hit the bottom of the bottle. Hit the bottom of the bottle. You tried to pull me in, I tried to drag you under. Who knows how long it's been? Why should we even bother? Seems that everything is pulling me at the seams. Just don't get too close to me, yeah. 'Cause every time I fall apart, hit the bottom of the bottle. And even though I tried so hard, I keep reaching for the bottom. Tell me that I won't survive unless I fight. No, you're right, yeah. Every time I fall apart, hit the bottom, keep trying to break free. Oh, these chains heavy, I keep trying to break free. These chains heavy, yeah. Every time I fall apart, hit the bottom of the bottle. And even though I tried so hard, I keep reaching for the bottom. Tell me that I won't survive unless I fight. No, you're right, yeah. Every time I fall apart, hit the bottom of the bottle. I hit the bottom of the bottle. I hit the bottom of the bottle. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. This is Sundays at 6, and as I reposition my leopard, this is my face mask. No, I'm kidding. But I wonder, how's everybody else doing? I see Mike's in here. Mike. Oh, Mike's got turbos on. Do you have pizza? Oh.
Sorry, I didn't see you there, Dane.
Oh, I guess I got to do this.
I was working the chat. Got some leftover pizza from Thursday.
Okay, that pizza looks delicious.
It's pretty good.
Have you warmed it up, or are you a cold pizza eater?
No, it is. It has been warmed up. $3.50 for about 15 minutes.
Wow, that's serious.
If you want it done, might as well do it
well,
right.
If you want.
Nice turbos.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brendan. Also, vegetarian pizza, although it looks like it's got pepperoni on it. It's actually
what?
plant-based pepperoni.
Deceiving.
So it's all the spices, but none of the guilt.
Hold on. So I didn't know that was a thing. Plant-based pepperoni?
Apparently it is, because when I was ordering it, I didn't see any like stuff except for that. But there's like on Pizza online, there's a whole panel for veggie stuff, and then the panel for meat stuff, and then like the extra stuff you want, like chili flakes or something like that.
Okay, so hold on. I have to say,
I can't see. I gotta see these off.
You were always.
I don't know how Dane does it.
Well, I think that I've.
You've mastered it.
They always say that it it makes your eyesight worse when you wear sunglasses all the time. I'm not saying that that's wrong, but at the same time, I I feel like I don't see as well with sunglasses off. Mainly because I'm so shocked
Used
by
to
the
wearing.
sun. I was walking. We were going to get groceries the other day, and I forgot my sunglasses, and so we're walking, and just a tiny little bit of sun. Like I'm talking. I can't even do the small, like that amount of sun shone through, and I was like, ah, ah! And Jen was like, do you want my sunglasses? I was like, no, it's fine. I'm not used to this. But I normally have extras, and I forgot all mine.
It's all right. Laptop it just died. That's why my lighting got weird.
Oh, everybody got dark because
Everything got. 1 second.
it's gonna get really bright in a second.
There we go. So I
And
get my
God-
laptop going.
And God said,
Oh,
"How have you
good
guys been
story.
doing this week?"
Good. We
I'm
just
alright.
watched Friday the 13th. We did like a marathon the last couple nights.
Did you watch Jason Takes Manhattan?
We didn't get there.
You didn't get to number 8, huh?
No, we got halfway through number 3. And then we were watching some martial arts films with commentary.
We watched
36 Cinema. Check it out.
we watched Chucky last night. 'Cause
Chucky.
we didn't want to take the kids out for trick or treating,
Good year not to take the kids out.
and so we just bombarded them with candy and pizza. And then we were watching scary movies, but it was funny because like we start watching the scary movies, and the scary movies were not so scary. We watched Paranormal Activity 4. I haven't seen that one, and I didn't realize, like, I think I only saw the first
How
one.
is there 4?
Honestly, I didn't know. I didn't know there was 3.
I didn't know there was 2.
Yeah, well, I knew there was 1. Because I think I watched the first one, and then I think I fast-forwarded through the second one to just see all the, like, them getting ripped out of bed and stuff. But after the second one, they changed the story a little bit. Because, like, in the first ones, it was just, like, things ripping them out of bed and going nuts. Then they kind of go to, like, the family is possessed or something. So... yeah, it was good. And then after watching those, we were kind of sitting there like, we need to watch something funny. And so Chucky was what we went to.
Oh,
And
Chucky.
the remake, I have watched. Have you guys seen the remake of Chucky? Like the newer one?
There's a new one?
Yeah, I think it was like 3-4 years ago.
Oh, okay.
They did like, but it was supposed to be kind of a remake of the beginning. But yeah, it was hilarious because we're watching it, and Connor, he's 8 years old, comes running down the stairs. He's like, "Are you watching Chucky?" Like, yeah. He's like, "Yeah, I've seen this one. He gets possessed, right?" Like, I didn't even remember that, but it is pretty funny. But the old Chucky, I'll still say, hands down, way better. And we were talking about this on a stream before. It's the music. Like there's so much stuff in the music and the special effects that they had to do in older movies because they didn't have the technology to do all the crazy things they do now. And so I think that they just had to spend their money and
It sounds pretty good. Even the Friday the 13th movies, like the orchestra, like the score to it, it's pretty involved, and it
Yeah.
sounds awesome.
I think it was Friday I was talking. Mike, you guys have seen those ones where they do, but it was like
The
Jurassic
score
Park and
live,
stuff.
yeah.
Do they do horror movies?
I think they do.
Because that would
Or
be
I think
cool.
they did in the before times.
In the
So long ago.
in the upside down.
In the before times.
B, what have you been up to lately? As of late.
Playing some bass, writing some tunes.
Did you get a TV?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Nice.
I didn't get a TV. I got a monitor, and I didn't think it was going to be a big upgrade, but oh boy, it is. It's a huge upgrade.
From a
Even just-
laptop to go into a monitor?
Well, and even just running both.
Oh
Being
yeah,
able to-
totally.
being able to run Pro Tools and record and not have to like minimize the screen to bring up the plugins and then go back and forth.
Yeah, it
I can just
constantly
have
kinda-
them all up. My
You just go over. It's like getting like just extra counter space.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You're just like, this is good. Like I want to have this up, but I want to have that out too.
I
Good.
didn't think it was gonna be. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I get a screen. It'll. There's like a few specific things I wanted it for, but now like everything, I'm like, and now I got this screen, and oh, doing this. Hey, I got a screen there. It's amazing, actually.
It's game changer.
The going back to the movies though, the Friday the 13th again. Jason Takes Manhattan. There's a line in there that's my favorite in probably any horror movie, and I can't fully. There's some expletives in there, but. You get what I'm saying is they go and Jason's like laying on the ground and this guy looks down. He goes, "This guy's deader than expletive." And then like 2 minutes later, he's up hacking them apart. It's just one of those moments where I'm like, you shouldn't have said that.
No.
Not have said anything about it. You should have said like
gosh.
maybe he looks good for being dead. I don't know. I figure either way he's gonna get killed though.
Have you guys seen the people that are dressing up as like Jason or Michael Myers and stuff like that, and just walking around town dancing and stuff?
Haven't seen the dancing.
Okay, so there's one that they've posted. I don't know if it's like a local thing, but I thought it was in Toronto. But anyways, no, it's in the States somewhere. I'm sorry. It's somebody that's on our Facebook friends or whatever that's posted it. But this dude dresses up like Michael Voorhees. And
Jason Voorhees. Or
no,
Mike
sorry,
Myers.
Michael Myers. Sorry, I was trying to make an
That's like a
amalgamation.
combo. of
That
them
would be.
both.
That'd be a.
You have
that'd
to
be
take the mask off. You're like, oh, no, it's Mike Myers. This is not good.
He takes
Guys,
them. He
takes
takes the
that
Michael
mask
Myers
off.
Yeah.
The guy's Freddy. Oh, this is terrible.
This is how we'll make money during COVID. We'll make horror movies that just like take characters from other horror movies and make them better. So it'll be Jason. His middle name will be Myers, last name Kruger. Hates fire.
They all hate
Has-
fire, I think. Yeah.
Do they really?
I don't. I think Jason doesn't like fire.
Jason's
Well,
good, though.
Jason had like
He'll
a
survive.
weird thing with fire. I think there was.
Again, we're only 2.5 movies into like 11, so
Is
there
there
could be a lot of.
serious 11?
I can't remember. There's
I
like
think
there's a few.
There's
Look
so
at the
many.
timeline though, because
Yeah.
like sometimes the timeline, like it's almost like Jeepers Creepers. Like the first two were in succession, but then the third one was in between the first two.
There is a Jason versus Freddy.
There
that
is.
one was awesome, but it's gross. At one point, I can't remember if
Spoilers.
it's Jason or Freddy. No, this isn't even a spoiler.
Okay.
He just something from his mouth goes into other people's mouths, and it looks like they're extracting sausage from
Like because
from-
he's speaking moistly, or does he mean to do it?
I think he just might
That's a
be
Canadian
saying,
thing.
I think he just might be saying something that's very important. he's pulling a B.
Saying something awesome.
He's saying something awesome. We're so intelligent.
There's
Like,
Jason Goes to Hell too.
Yeah, I saw that.
That one's a good one. There's so many good movies in that era because if they weren't scary, they were funny.
Well, just like the production value on the ones from the 80s, like they're more funny than scary.
Oh yeah.
It's jump scares. That's it.
That's where the Texas Chainsaw Massacre hit for me, because like all of them, even the way that they filmed it, like it was meant. The way that he sits with the chainsaw over his head and does this before he runs after them. Like for years, if I was mad at somebody, I wouldn't run after them. I'd walk fastly with vigor.
You'll get there if you just walk fast.
Well, and it made me more scary. It was like I wasn't a big dude. My
Because
brother was
it's
big.
like, are you just sure you're gonna get there, or are you conserving your energy by not running?
Well,
So when you do get there, you'll have like tons of energy.
That's a good
do your
point,
worst.
because you'd wonder if maybe like if he just picked, instead of following them around their whole path, which I'm sure kind of looks like a solar coil on top of a pool house. if they just kind of like went from point A to point B where he would like the person would, I feel like he could just like stick a knife in the ground and they'd run across it and kill
They
themselves.
probably would.
That'd be the Scream
I
way to
just
do things.
I just think it'd be funny if he was chasing after them, and then once he caught them, he just kind of like had to take a quick 5 because he's out of breath.
Well,
And he's like, all right, it's gonna be bad in a minute, but just give me a minute.
it'd be hilarious if he just like stabbed the knife in one of their extremities and like stabbed them to the ground so they couldn't move. And he's like, pulls out a puffer. Okay, and then pulls the knife out and decapitates them.
I don't
think
know.
I think we might have just written another scary movie.
I don't know if this is a spoiler, but in one of the 2.5 Jason movies we watched, there's a scene where one of the camp people have a chainsaw, and then someone and then she like attacked Jason with it, and he kind of went down, and then someone that I was watching the movie with was like, "Come on, cut off his foot or something," and I was like, "Wow." That's pretty dark, but that's actually pretty smart. You probably would have saved a whole lot of more people dying because you didn't have to like kill him with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
But if you take a bit of the foot off, like that's a brand new thing to deal with, and like the police could probably get there and be like, "Well, who did it? Well, here's his foot. So just match the shoe or the foot size, and you'll know that's the person that did it." And they probably could take him to jail and due process and stuff.
like
and
a
that would
horror film
save a lot of
Cinderella.
people dying.
I feel like your pragmatic approach to horror movies makes me completely rethink.
Really bad horror movies.
No. It makes me completely rethink like home protection.
Chainsaws
Because-
in every room.
No. I don't want
Either really
chainsaws,
good or really
but-
bad.
No, I'm just thinking like I don't need to if a crazy man breaks in, I don't need to kill him. I don't need to maim him. If I just incapacitate him, then things are good. So like
I feel like that's everyone's best intention. But
I don't know, Mike. The movie that you're talking about with the foot, though, it's kind of like Jason Goes to Cinderella, or Jason is Cinderella. It's like a
It could be.
crossover.
and they're trying to chase him around and find him.
Yeah, it's
like
like a-
this-
you gotta find the
It's
foot.
like a Disney and Friday the I guess New Line Cinema and
that's
Friday the
awesome.
13th mixer.
That would
he's
be
trying to get his
interesting.
life together, and he's
not,
just like,
not to go too current, but that would be a Blumhouse. That would be a Blumhouse film. Just because of the name. I've watched some of them and they're not funny, but I every time we see it on I don't know if I think it's Prime that they always have the Blumhouse films.
sounds like Prime.
Yeah, and every time I see it, I'm like, oh, this has got to be a funny one. I click the trailer, and it's like, oh no, it's serious. Shoot. But that being said,
I just thought of my $1 million idea for the day. So again, like every day I've got one. So the idea, you remember like Creepshow and Tales from the Crypt and stuff, where like they've got these small little stories
yeah,
and like they've got a good arc. So it's like
Goosebumps.
that,
Yeah.
but it's horror movies, but people do the right thing. So it ends real quick and everyone lives. Like no one falls down, the car starts, no one sits in front
nobody
of a window.
runs upstairs.
No one trips going up the stairs, then down the stairs. No one drops the weapon. No one's like, let's just hide. They're like, let's get the F out of here. And our car starts and we're good. Or like, it's just everything goes the way it should. So it's just a really quick arc. And then,
that would be really good.
yeah, police chief shows up, solves the case.
I don't like
Good.
in
On to the next one.
action movies. That is one thing that drives me insane. Is how many times they'll shoot a gun, they'll get through their clip, and they'll drop the gun. Every time I watch that, I'm like, okay, there goes $400. Okay,
It's a perfectly good gun.
That's like
a little not
$1,500
bullety,
gone
but
down.
it's a perfectly good gun.
And I feel like I no joke. I feel like my life's goal could be to be the guy that just follows around gun violence, and I go pick up the guns and I bring them back to a depot and I give them to the police and I say, these are guns that I found that bad guys were shooting and they ran out of bullets and they didn't take them. And then I feel like the police would be like, I hate that. I hate that when they shoot their guns and empty the bullets and they don't take them. What kind of criminals are these?
I thought you were gonna say you're gonna take them to like a pawn shop, and like that's
No,
how you
I'm
pay your
trying-
bills. You're like, I just
no.
follow around people shooting, and they just drop their gun, and then
No,
just take
see,
a pawn
I'm,
shop,
I'm
and
trying to be.
get a
I'm
couple
trying to be
DVDs and some
very-
cash, and I'm good.
You can call me. I think my middle name should be Noble because I'm Dane Noble Hartzell.
Mike, your idea that could work with like a lot of movies too.
Totally.
Like Star Wars. Anakin, you're the chosen one. Yeah, you're right. What am I doing?
All right.
Solve
see you
every
later,
problem.
Go
Roll
kill the
credits,
younglings.
done.
He's like, I'm not doing that.
No one
Well,
did
they're
exactly.
kids. They're kids. Where's Padme? We're getting out of here. Mace Windu. Palpatine's the
But then
Sith. Get him.
Think of the amount of actors that would just not have a career if that happened.
Well, that would do away
Ice
with the
Cube?
entire original Star Wars series.
You
Then
just solved the problem.
Yeah,
quickly.
Darth
true.
Vader didn't become a thing. He's just like, yeah, screw this. I'm not Darth Vader.
When I feel like
Choices.
in all the
Choices in
remakes of movies, you'd have somebody coming out going, no, I saw this 20 years ago. Don't go there. If you just call the police from that payphone right over
Totally.
there,
Do the right thing.
just do the right thing,
Yeah.
and you'll be saved.
Luke, just go to Tashi Station and get those power converters. Don't worry about it.
That was another thing that I could not understand about Star Wars is you build this giant contraption and yet you leave one
Sorry, are you talking about the Death Star?
the Death Star.
The Death
and
Star?
You need to watch
leave-
Rogue One.
Spoilers.
Yep. Spoilers.
But hold on.
Someone did that on purpose.
Oh.
Super spoiler.
Super spoiler.
I feel like I have watched
It's Sunday
Rogue One
spoilers
and
with
I just
Brendan.
Sunday spoilers.
Brandon.
Actually, that wouldn't be the worst. It'd be like we were giving Cole's notes for people that didn't want to watch it. You know how many females would tune in to Sunday spoilers so that they didn't have to watch the movie with their boyfriend?
Okay.
Yeah.
New idea. This is the
All right.
$2 million idea for the day. So now I have too long didn't read, TLDR. TLDW, too long didn't watch. So you just kind of give all the important bits so that you can still do good at trivia. Huh?
Yeah.
Could be
That's
another
pretty
account. Another account.
Trivia.
But like,
Have
where's
you
new
guys-
music? We just sit around and watch movies all day and then
Have
spoil
you
it for
guys
people.
done the trivia thing?
I have not. Well, not since HQ. From the
Okay,
before
no.
times.
I mean like the bar, like going to a bar and doing trivia night or whatever. Have you guys done that?
No.
No? Okay, it is actually really fun. The only thing that you have to be kind of weary of is the fact that I had a friend of mine, and a few years ago, I remember her being like, "Yeah, we're doing trivia, and this week it's music, like it's a music thing." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And she's like, we need another team member, and nobody knows music. So I showed up, and I was like, I'm ready.
Music.
I am ready. I kept my brain so clear. I didn't get one answer.
What were the
correct.
questions like though?
It was like, what was the time signature? No, I'm kidding. It wasn't that hard. But it was like, who was the drummer on the 1996 album by Shabooty Booty? And I was like, oh, I love Shabooty Booty, and I know this song. I know all the lyrics. I don't know who the friggin' drummer was.
No, that's what I feel. Some of those trivia questions, because it'd be like artists that sang and wrote hit song "Superstition," their middle name, and you're like, oh, no one knows that.
Stevie Jonathan Wonder.
Actually, I know.
I think that is it. No,
Like
I'm
with the trivia things, I remember with HQ, they'd be like, "Oh, we're doing not naming any names. We're doing Harry Potter night," and they'd be like, "I'm gonna nail this," and then they'd get the questions, and they wouldn't do very good, and I would be attaching my cart to that horse, thinking that this is gonna lead to victory, and it's just like the trivia stuff, especially when you think you've like even I think they did SpongeBob trivia one night, and I was just
But
like,
Mike,
all right,
you're the only person I've ever known that's won HQ. You did it twice. I didn't
won
know you
twice,
did it
yeah.
twice.
Won twice. I think it was less than $1
I was gonna
in total.
Is everyone still doing HQ? I kinda
No,
fell
I
off
think
that.
they folded. I think they
Yeah.
folded.
Oh, gave
So-
out too much money to Langford.
Yeah, yeah, the big bucks. I don't know if I actually got the money from that though. I have to check the PayPal account because the fees in PayPal might actually be more than the money. I actually owe HQ money. But yeah, I remember winning and be like, "This is awesome!" And then I saw the payout. It was like 32 cents, 34 cents, or something like that. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
you never want to win on the wrong night with HQ. 'Cause
feels
you're gonna end
good,
up
feels bad, same time.
owning- But still, honestly, I don't want to take away from that because it was difficult. Like even if you had, because there was times where my parents and I would be playing together, and like they're not dumb like me. Like my parents are smart, and we would get knocked out in like 3 rounds.
Because it's like that tricky question, like 4 or 5,
Yeah.
where they'd be like, "What color is gray?" And you're like, "I think I got this. I think I got this." And
it's a
he'd pick
shame.
gray, and then he'd be like, "No, it's actually that." And like, what? And then they'd have to explain it. And,
Yeah.
yeah. One of
Yeah,
those things.
I didn't like it. That being said, I wanna play a tune. I had a request,
Segue.
and I have to say that when the request comes from the lady, it kind of has to be done. It's like requests from moms or girls. You got to do them. So this is it's a Lucas Nelson tune. I'm a massive Willie Nelson fan, as is my dad. So when we've gone on road trips before, it's hilarious because we'll listen to Willie's Roadhouse on Sirius, and after about, I don't know, 20 hours, you've kind of heard the same songs over and over again. But anyway, so when I heard Lucas Nelson's stuff come out, for those of you that don't know, what's the movie with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper?
A Star is Born.
Yeah.
Watching
So-
me die.
Oh, it's such a good song. But but yeah, so that band was Lucas Nelson's band that was backing up, I think, Bradley Cooper, and he played Bradley Cooper's guitar player, but phenomenal songwriter, and he does, like, when you listen to his voice, he sounds like Willie. And so the behind the song of this song is, it's called "Forget About Georgia." Willie Nelson has a song called "Georgia on My Mind," and so they play that song all the time. And Lucas plays with his dad in the band, so they play that song a lot, I would imagine. And so this song is basically about him meeting somebody that he really likes, or I guess feels a pull towards, and her name's Georgia. And so it's one of those things where he he knows it's going to be a painful memory. But yeah, with no further ado, this song is called "Forget About Georgia." Well, I sure as hell didn't love her that much when I met her. As much as I was just captured again and again. She could turn her eyes away and still hold me under. A river of beauty, a mystery pulling me in. And then when she told me her name, I knew I would die slowly. I knew I was destined to live with this pain every night. For each night I stand with my father playing our music. We crowd a name and a memory under the lights. I said, hey, forget about Georgia, 'cause she'll never love me like I know love's supposed to be. I said, hey, let me forget about Georgia. And a part of me hopes she'll never forget about me. On a part of me hopes she'll never forget about me. Made love for the first time in a hotel in San Francisco. Not so perfect, I try to forget about it now. Ray Charles is singing a name like rain on my window. I try to release her, but I can't begin to know how. I said, Ray, let me forget about Georgia. She'll never love me like I know love's supposed to be. I said, Ray, oh, let me forget about Georgia. On a part of me hopes that she'll never forget about me. Oh, but a part of me hopes that she'll never forget about me. I said, hey, forget about Georgia, 'cause she'll never love me like I know love's supposed to be. I said, hey, oh, let me forget about Georgia. And a part of me hopes that she'll never forget about me. Oh, and a part of me hopes she'll never forget about me. Oh, and a part of me hopes that she'll never forget about me. Shibbity. Gonna look through the comments, but there's the boyses.
To hop in above.
Clapping for me.
Apparently HQ is still a thing.
Oh, it is?
I've been corrected by about 19 people, including my parents. Thank you. Saw the messages pop up like, oh, I guess they're watching.
That's always the worst, because it's not that they're mad. They're just disappointed.
They're like, you stop playing.
How are you gonna get?
Bringing
Where's
in
the-
the big bucks.
Where's that 32 cents a month coming in, huh?
No, I have to say, my mom and my dad, they lost interest really quick. Like when the questions started getting crazy and we started getting knocked out so early, we're like, yeah, I don't know. And once in a while, my dad would be like, "Are you gonna play HQ?" And he'd see the look of disappointment in my face when I'm like,
You
I
learn
just
neat
suck at
stuff
this.
on there, though.
you do learn, like, that is kind of a cool thing. What? Mr. Mantis. Oh, the glasses. I was like, I didn't know if I was doing mantis arms while I was playing.
Just saying, if you were a praying mantis, you wouldn't have a head right now.
Yeah, that's true.
That is.
'Cause I did the deed.
That would be on HQ.
Yes, I like the HQ. I wish that it was a little bit. No, I don't. That would make it completely ridiculous. I was gonna
is
say I
what?
wish it was a little more easy, but then they wouldn't be giving money away. They'd be like, oh, just play this for a free round of nuggets. At
Yeah, here's some
McDonald's."
exposure bucks. You musicians will love that.
35 exposure bucks.
Okay, that would be kind of hilarious if you owned a bar and instead of paying musicians, you just made exposure bucks. You're like, okay, I can't pay you money, but I'll give you $1,000 in exposure bucks.
They'd be like, how many's in the band? Okay, there's 4 of you. Okay, so what doesn't divide by 4? Okay, it's $37. And yeah, same time, 3 months.
Well, that's what exposure bucks. That's beer tickets, basically.
But that's the funny thing is they always do give you a weird odd number. It's like if they were making a pizza and they were giving a pizza to a band of 4 dudes, they'd be like, "Oh, yeah, here's a pizza of like 6 slices."
Yeah, it's got 9 slices.
So figure out how you want to cut that last
so-
one up, but you know. Oh goodness.
Short story. On the topic of bands getting paid, I remember we're on tour, and some nights you get paid in cash, and I remember getting a $2 bill, and I remember looking at it and being like, "Is this real? Is this like a real thing?" And then a friend at merch, she's like, "Yeah, it's they have $2 bills here," and then like
Wait, in the States?
yeah.
I do remember that.
And I just kept looking at it. I'm like, even if it's not real, like I feel like it's because sometimes Americans will do things to Canadians like that because we got weird wacky money. Like, let's just give them those $2 bills and see what happens. But yeah, it's like it's a real thing.
There's $1 coins in the U.S. too.
Yeah, I
There
saw
are
that.
dollar
Yeah.
coins.
They were talking about a $2 coin as well.
Oh,
They should. You should
got your own toonie, eh?
But really,
drop the penny,
Oh,
get the
come on.
$2 coin.
But come on, more coins. I like the bills. I'm
Canada
sorry.
was even talking about a $5 coin.
Nice.
Why are you saying nice? You realize that this is going to mean we're gonna have to walk
I'm
around like
saying
Kramer.
nice because realistically, without going into this rabbit hole, I don't carry cash on me, so it doesn't make that difference at all. But I just think the coins are cool.
Yep,
And
that's-
also, like if you do spend any cash, I save all my coins and then I just cash them. in
Jamaica has
once
a
year.
$20 coin.
Yeah, let's keep going. 5, 10, 20 coins.
$100 coin.
Wow.
It's like a big 7-inch, and you bring it in. Yeah,
You know
good.
what though? In Jamaica, I can understand it because it's humid. So I would think that like your bills would get all clammy, and then you don't want to hand clammy bills to
My
people.
issue, there's a few career choices that would have problems with all the coins from bills, but like my issue in the States is when you go into McDonald's and you're like, I'm rich, and you're like, I have $17 and I have 12 ones right now. You know, but in Canada, it's like if you've got that many bills, and then again, it's all color coded, but you got that many bills in your wallet.
The
you're doing
coins
pretty good.
do introduce a new set of problems, but they also introduce a solution because you can roll a coin across a flat surface.
That is
So
true.
That creates a whole new aspect to whatever it is you're talking about.
Just jobs.
Yeah, perhaps a stage of some sort. You could roll coins across.
Okay. Wow.
I just saying for what it's worth right now. I still think it's funny that they opened the strip clubs back in like May and we're having issues with health stuff. And you're just like, we can't even get kids back in school. And you're like, no, we got to open. And then
Okay.
the thing is in Toronto, because they had an outbreak at one of them, and they're like, yeah, we're finding that all the patrons that came in didn't give their like actual identity. And you're like, duh. Because imagine trying to explain that to whoever's in your household. So it's like funny thing. After
like,
I
sorry,
left
guys, you guys all
Loblaws,
have to-
I stopped by Brass Rail for a bit.
See, I feel like there
Swing
would be
night.
there would be a lot of guys saying that they were riding tractors. It'd be like I caught it from a tractor. 100 to 1 shot, Doc. It's
Funny,
like,
funny
it's
thing
like-
about Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say a funny thing about the brass rail is that brass is a mixture of copper and zinc. Copper is naturally antibacterial.
Antibacterial.
So that brass rail, funny enough, was
Not-
probably the cleanest thing in that place.
Or not made of real brass.
Come on, it's a
Faux-
brass rail. They're not
faux
gonna
brass.
have. They're not gonna have faux
That's
brass.
a good point. It should. Well, you never know.
I don't. It is.
Apparently,
it is,
there's some issues in there.
It is the brass rail. So there was a place in London called Famous. It was the Famish.
It's like
But
that
no,
Amish place.
Famous Flesh Gordons.
Oh,
Wow.
That's what it was called. Famous Flesh
Like
Gordons.
they had a sign for that.
And I felt like every day walking. Oh yeah, it was definitely a big sign.
Wow.
Big sign. Huge. And I remember one time driving past with a friend of mine and being like, I want to call bull crap on that. Like, no, they're not famous. That's not famous. It might be infamous.
Well, we didn't know about it, so it's not really that famous.
That's what I'm saying. So it's
Yeah.
maybe infamous. It's like that scene in Three Amigos when he's like, infamous? Infamous? That's like way more than famous. You're infamous.
It's insane.
In the membrane.
You're just more sane.
So I figured as a segue, if you're insane, you don't have to change. And that's what this next song is called.
Segue.
So like ba-bam, stand on that thing and roll with a battery pack, segue. Boop. That actually did kind of make sense. That's kind of my signature move. I like to start a song when I'm in a different tuning, and then I give you a little taste, and then I go, oh, no, I'm going to tune my guitar. Replay. You take the weight of the world like an empty bag that's hanging from your shoulder. Empty streets, a crowd of trains, meet 1,000 friends who'll never know your name. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but still don't have to change. Still don't have to change. I never walk away. Yeah. Still don't have to change. Still don't have to change. A stranger's bed is home tonight. Slip away at dawn to chase another flight. Private jets, we're chasing stars. All these question marks, but you know who you are. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but still don't have to change. Yeah. Still don't have to change. I'll never walk away. Yeah. Still don't have to change. 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 Still don't have to chase. Still don't have to chase. Still don't have to change. Oh yeah. I've done that twice today.
What?
I went to like half clap for myself and then threw my pick at the guitar. I feel like that's gonna be like that's gonna be my Eddie Van Halen. Like he had the finger tapping, I have ridiculous throwing. Oh, thank you, Jeremy. That making me happy.
Starts at the source.
Well, every once in a while, I do the right thing. When I could do the wrong thing,
I'm just saying. So a couple times after, I've been like, Dane, you just gotta pull her back a little bit. So you're clipping your mic, and he's kind of like, "Oh, what am I supposed to do?" I'm like, "Just be less loud," because it's hard. It's hard though. I get it.
that's what
I get it. Wow,
Sorry, I
Mantis.
apologize. That was too much. Mantis. Mantis.
No, it sounds good over here.
Well, I feel like are there any questions we have in there? Oh, I
What?
just saw Sean's comment.
Which ones?
Well, I'm not going to say it now because he doesn't like it when I mention them. But he mentioned them.
You have to change your mantis. Wow. Well then,
Well,
you
and
still should though.
I always do. You always, you next day you turn them inside out. You get a new use. You throw them in the laundry.
The clothes that you can wear on tour for days on end. Socks,
We've gotten good at it.
underwear, not on the list. They've got
No.
it. You just you hit a wall of
Those
like
are the changers. You got to change
Yeah.
those ones every
Yeah.
day.
because you just hit a wall with them and just like I gotta get this changed. This needs to be freshened up.
Not to seem prissy, but I've actually I started a long time ago. 2 sock changes for every day, like midday, or if it was a show day, I'd wear one
Yes.
pair of socks for most of the day, and then after the show, I'd put on a fresh pair.
Fresh socks after the show.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Man, and honestly, it comes back to Forrest Gump. Like Lieutenant Dan told him, fresh pair of socks. I need the cigar. You need a fresh pair of socks. But yeah, always a fresh pair.
Once your feet go on tour, it's all over.
Interesting strategy. Someone I used to tour with a lot would just bring one pair of underwear on tour, and then he would just wash it in the sink once, twice a day.
That's not the craziest thing in the world. I've seen dudes do that, but they won't do it in the sink just because that's kind of like common hand washing property. But they would do it in the bathtub, and honestly, the second you got to the hotel, it was like everybody good in the bathroom. They'd go in, wash their socks, wring them out. 5 minutes later, they'd hang their socks up, and that'd be good. But they did have more than one pair.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, Brent, what are they wearing while they're washing their underwear and they're waiting for the underwear to dry?
Well,
Sleep pants.
he would just go into the washroom, and then you'd hear the blow dryer going. And
Oh, see,
Just
that,
one pair.
you got to be careful with that because I've ruined multiple blow dryers, blow drying my socks. You can't keep them going. No.
No, you can't. You can't do that.
If you do, you got to throw them on the cold
I could
setting.
see 2 pairs of underwear and your site, but what's your time worth at that point? Just get more underwear and
And it
then
was-
wash. Because we've done a lot of sink laundry. I'm not going to shy away from that. Because there's a lot of times where they're just
No, but
you need something.
I agree with
do
you.
some
I
sink
don't-
laundry.
it wasn't someone in my darkest days either. It was someone that we used to tour with a lot. and I was blown away. I was like, wow, that's how
It's
he rolls.
impressive almost though.
And it's like
But I
he was in a pretty big band. It's not like he had to like conserve buying underwear. He just rolled like that. I guess.
Yeah, that's what you do, but like
I understand the proclivity
Trying
to
to pack
try
light,
and
but-
minimize the stuff that you're grabbing and having to move around. Because that was the one thing that I'm an overpacker. So on our first, like when I was first getting into the music industry, I have to say I was kind of spoiled. Because I was touring, like playing as a side guitarist in bands that had buses. And like, you had a bus and a hood.
like
But
driver,
anyways,
like tour manager, and
Oh, things.
places
You got all
to
those-
go, and
Man,
like
you
you
guys
got paid
so many
and stuff. Oh,
things.
fed you.
But
People
no,
liked your band.
seriously, like when I started doing smaller, kind of like scaled down things, it was like I would still bring out a full size suitcase, because I'm like, okay, like it's a suitcase. I have to put my boots somewhere, and.
Well put, Matt.
Well put.
Nicely said, I feel. But yeah, we scaled down. I feel like the last tents, our last tour that we went on, we didn't have a trailer.
Which is awesome.
All of our gear and clothes and everything fit into Expantha. Now maybe that's a blessing that we had the expanse of Expantha, but she's a thick woman, and she fit everything.
Everything just fit in the van. No, it's good. You have to
Mhm.
pack. You learn to pack a bit lighter,
Yeah.
because like you, especially with the clothes, because you know when you're probably gonna end up doing laundry, and then you learn real quick too. Like, don't bring non-show clothes, non-stage
No.
clothes, non-photo clothes, because you're not really gonna wear it.
There's not going to be lounging times where you're like, oh, I want my Snuggie.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm just gonna wear some like day off clothes. It's like, no, because then it's more crap to carry.
Well, and then somebody takes a picture of you on the day off, and they're like, and everybody's like, oh, yeah, you look like a
But
frumpy, like a
The
frumpy.
extra from Corner Gas.
Day off clothes include the worn out stage clothes, where you're like,
Yeah,
this is too worn out black. It's kind of gray now, so now this
and
is
then,
day off.
and then they turn into Van pee pants. They got too many rips in them. You can pee out the bottom. So let's just use that. Go with it. All right. Well, I think it might be that time, boys, where we bid adieu to the beautiful people that have been gracing us with their presence. And I was gonna play one more tune.
We can head out now.
Well, I was
Or
gonna ask if you
you-
guys had any other anecdotes that you wanted to throw in before I start playing and monopolizing everyone's time.
Nope, just I guess get back on HQ. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
I just try to win that money.
Go get that $1.50. You get that $1.50. Shibby. All right. Well, thank you guys very much for being the fun, intelligent part of Sundays at 6. But for everybody watching, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Wednesday, you know it. We've got your Wednesday night groove. And please, if you're on social media, like, share, comment. The comment thing is one thing that I feel like I don't address enough. But the comment thing kind of keeps us knowing who's watching, and honestly, ask us your questions, tell us your stories. Please, we didn't say anything about this, but show us your Halloween costumes from last night. Tag us at Tense Machine, and yeah.
I have an eggplant hat.
Okay, that
all I got.
that is a winner.
That is
chicken dinner.
Can go a lot of distance with that eggplant hat. So.
I feel like if we ever get to a venue and there's like an angry sound man, we'll just kind of gauge it and we'll be like, all right, B, you need to go break this ice with the
B,
eggplant hat.
Get the eggplant hat. Start barking. Anyone who doesn't get this from last week. So.
Oh, that's good. All right. So this next one that I'm gonna play. This was Luke was asking for this today, so this is "Don't Want to Fight." Bye, boys.
See ya.
Wow, I surprised myself. I actually tuned before. I'm so tired of all of your games. Why can't we just believe in the same things? Every time you look that way, I feel like we'll never be the same. Been here before. I should've walked away today. I could have thrown it all away. I could have done it all alone, but I don't wanna fight on my own. You always seem to know what to say to make me feel like I wanna stay. Been here before. I could've walked away today. I could've thrown it all away. I could've done it all alone. Alone. Maybe you're wrong. Maybe you're right. Maybe there's a point to all of our fights. I don't care. Look in your eyes. I could've left it all today. I should've walked away. I could've walked away today. I could've thrown it all away. I could've done it all alone, but I don't wanna fight on my own. Don't wanna fight on my own. Hey. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a good night. Why do I always hit the wrong banner? I feel like they could call me the wrong bannerman.